We spoke to Ahmad Majidyar for more analysis on Iran's election and the U.S. president's upcoming trip.
President Trump's trip to Riyadh next week will have two main objectives. First, the Trump administration seeks to repair the Washington's relations with its traditional Arab allies, the relation which had sunk to its lowest point in decades under the late years of the Obama presidency. But most significantly, the Trump administration seeks to establish a new regional security alliance of Arab states for two key purposes. The first would be to accelerate the fight against the ISIS. That is part of the Trump administration's America First approach, that the regional countries should share more responsibilities, both in terms of the military role and also financially in the fight against terrorism. But secondly, and most controversially, it would be the creation of what some White House officials have said, an Arab NATO, to counter the Iranian ambitions in the region. So this is more a Sunni alliance, but the effectiveness of that remains a question for two reasons. First, because most of those Arab allies, they have divergent interests in conflict zones like Syria, and even regarding Iran, like Oman, which is a GCC state, is very close to Iran. Secondly, we've had this Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen, but only the UAE has helped, not other countries.
Let's talk about Iran spending billions of dollars to back Assad. How much has that actually cost Iran? And how are they feeling about President Trump now? He has been very critical of the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, but now has backpedaled away from that.
Well, over the past 1 year, the U.S. and Iran has been kind of a de facto allies in the fight against the Islamic State, both in Iraq and to a lesser extent in Syria. At least in Syria, they have not had any confrontation. But monitoring the Iranian media and also the rhetoric from the Trump administration, we see that both sides are now moving toward more confrontation rather than cooperation in the fight against Islamic State, as the Islamic State is now on the verge of being defeated in Iraq and perhaps soon in Syria as well. We see this IRGC mobilized militias that are acting have dialed up the propaganda against the U.S.
Let's talk about the election in Iran. Ibrahim Raisi going up against Rouhani. What are the chances here? Is this anyone's call?
The Iranian election is a referendum about the nuclear agreement that the Rouhani government signed with the United States and 5 other major powers 2 years ago. The Rouhani team is now trying to convince very disillusioned voters that you need somebody moderate to diffuse tension with Washington, lift the remaining sanctions, which is dissuading foreign companies from investing in Iran, and improve ties with the West further. On the other hand, the conservatives are arguing that you need somebody strong because this nuclear deal has not helped the ordinary Iranians economically the way that they expected. So it is a very close race, and it remains to be seen who will be the winner. And the chance of rigging also is there because the security establishment plus the supreme leader, who has the major say in all state affairs, is backing the conservative candidate. So Rouhani does not have a very easy re-election the same way that he won the 2013.